Hello. So yesterday I had a win on EURUSD, which has been the only trade I took this week until I entered. Okay, so I closed, or I hit the profit target on EURUSD yesterday, and I also opened a new trade. So that makes it 2 trades for the week. I have opened CHFJPY, which I'm going to hold over the weekend. But anyway, let's get to the chart, and I'm going to show you. Well, first off, in the last video, I showed you this trade on EURUSD. I entered it because basically this is a strong, on the daily time frame, it's a strong area where price tends to reject when it comes into it. It goes down here, down here, down here, down. Here it goes up, and here it goes down. Again, it started to reject, so I had an alert before price got up here. I had an alert in this zone on the daily, and I think I explained that I entered this probably on Monday or something, 26th, no, 20th. So yeah, anyway, maybe Tuesday. This hit the profit target. I'm happy about that, so I'm going to close this, or I'm going to deactivate it. Actually, I'm going to log it, so otherwise I usually put it down here. But yeah, for now it's gonna stay there because I'm going to put it in my trading journal. I'm gonna remove this one. So that was EURUSD. I also made a video. The last video was about EURUSD. Next pair we have up, which I entered yesterday, was CHFJPY, and I'm going to look at that as well. So we are on the daily chart. This one is quite easy to understand. There is a lot of highs on the daily chart. That means it's a strong area. The only thing I did was before price got here, I added an alert like around, okay, I'm gonna just add it here. And this one, anyway, I can't add it, but anyway, this you do in the weekend, you add the alerts on the right spots. So when price gets up there, like before it actually got up here or up here, I had already an alert. When I got the alert to the phone, then I started to look for price to reject from that area, which is it did. You can see here it started to reject. That wasn't good enough, so I waited for this candle close here. And then yesterday, which is when I took the trade, first it went a little bit up, but when it started to reject again, then I thought, okay, it's a good place to actually enter the trade, because now it had shown 1 candle of rejection, 2 candles, and 3 candles of rejection. So I entered, you can see where I entered actually in the middle of this tool here, and I entered for 1-to-1 on the daily time frame. We're going to look at the weekly chart as well, because it makes sense here as well. So even if it's Thursday yesterday, I mean, it's probably not going to hit the target, or it could hit the target today, but I think it's more likely to hit the target next week, which is fine. But let's go to the weekly chart. So you see this today is Friday. Yesterday it was Thursday, and the same thing here. It rejects the area, and here again it started to reject. And this is the weekly chart, so around here I know it's the end of the week, so it's quite likely that this candle will close with a big wick to the upside. That means basically I think it's going to go down. But yeah, so you can see it on daily. I always go to the daily first and do my analysis on the daily first. Here is very clear to see that it goes down, and third time it goes down, even the fourth time. And now it's about to happen again, at least a little bit. I think it's going to hit the target and then go up. It might not happen. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen. But we will see. Either way, I had a win on EURUSD, which I'm very happy about. How much you win is really how much you put in. So let's say, because you need to have some good amount of capital to win some good amount of capital. And of course you can do the whole prop firm thing, but prop firms have a lot of rules, which I don't like. And that's why I don't recommend you to go with prop firms. Of course you can try it, but they have so many rules that can, you know, basically make you lose money and lose your account. So when you trade with your personal account, you have way more freedom, but you also need to have a lot of capital or more capital. Yeah, you need to have some good amount of capital in order to actually win some, because you don't want to lose, you don't want to risk too much of your account, because if you do, then you're not gonna stay in trading for the long run. So I would start with maybe 2% of your account, risk 2%, and then when you get comfortable, you can risk 5% of your account per trade. And of course you can figure out what 5% is, or 2% is of your account. But let's say you have $10,000 and you risk 5% on this EURUSD trade. 5% of $10,000 is very easy. It's going to be $500. So for this specific trade here, if you had $10,000 and you did the exact same thing as I did here, then you would have made $500 on this trade. And you can, of course, you can't control when the trades come, but usually the setups across all of these pairs here, you know, it can be like this week it's 2 setups, it's 2 opportunities. Other days or other weeks it can be a lot more, but you can control how many setups there will be, but for sure there will be setups like every week, in my opinion. So yeah, anyway, I was going a little bit on a rant there, but I just entered CHFJPY on the daily time frame. I don't overthink this stuff. I just look for a rejection candle of an interesting area, and that's about it. I'll go for a 1-to-1, and and I look at the trade, of course, and see if it starts to go back up again. Then sometimes I close it maybe 50%, or same thing if it goes almost to the profit target and it starts to come back down, maybe I will exit it at break even, for example. But I don't overthink this stuff. It's a trading strategy that actually works. So yeah, that's it for this video. Let's see what's going to happen to CHFJPY. Have a great day.